TJ brought an interesting idea to me a couple days ago. Looking back at, I've hosted the draft day coverage here on the Rich Eisen Show over the last 2 years. And when some of the decisions were made at the time and whether or not I felt like that they were the right choices made, I think we pulled a few from 2 drafts ago around a few players that I thought would, that they may have made a bad choice. Yeah. I wasn't big on the wide receivers.
Right.
I'm willing to take a huge L here with the wide receivers because of where I saw the market go, where the market went this year. So if you can get one in the first round and get them on a rookie contract for that length of time, I'm all in. We'll see if it works out in terms of the bag. Now, the running backs in the first round, I still don't get. Najee Harris was pretty darn good, guys.
Really good.
Really good.
Really good.
But guess what? That team needed to build the offensive line. Right, I think they could have found feel like they could have found a running back later in the draft and been better up front, and that would have been different for this team, not only for the quarterback but also running the football. I mean, Najee ran his head into the back of their backs a ton last year. How many carries did he have? How many touches did he have? Like a mountain.
A lot. Hold on, I'll get you a number in a second.
Right. So
he said he wants 500 this year, Ryan. He called in a few weeks ago. We're like, bro, you don't. No, you don't. You really don't.
He had 307 carries and 74 catches. So that's what? Quick math. 381 total touches last year.
Wow.
Big number for a rookie.
So, I mean, they investing a first-round draft pick in that, it sounds good because of the amount of touches and the importance to the offense he was. Whether that team would have had any success without him, that may be the difference maker, and whether my analysis on that was I would not invest a first round pick in running backs. That's just how I, as a general manager, go about their business. So let's throw those back up there again. I want to take a look at the Devontae Smith one. I thought he came along pretty well last year. He didn't have the impact, let's say, Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle did, but they did get to the playoffs.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. They did do something that Miami wasn't able to do. I like both of those players. I would argue this, and people can come back to me on the Jamar Chase one. If Penei Sewell was on the offensive line, does Aaron Donald get to the quarterback on the final play of the Super Bowl?
If Penei Sewell's on the line, do they make the Super Bowl?
That's the bigger question. Yeah, if Jamar Chase isn't on that team last year, I would
say no.
I would argue that they wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
Right? So this is like pigeonholing picking one aspect of it.
But would you rather have Penei Sewell and then whatever, or would you rather have Jamar Chase and then the way they rebuilt the offensive line this past offseason? I think we'd all choose the latter.
With hindsight, seeing how great Jamar Chase is.
Right.
And also they took a guard. They took Jackson Carman in the second round with their second pick last year. So they did follow that up with a guard right after they took Chase.
I agree, but I think as we've seen and see some of the wide receivers who got paid this year, Deebo Samuel and A.J. Brown, guys that got picked in the second round, right? Mm-hmm. Things like that. There could have been a wide receiver for Cincinnati in the second round, and they could have Penei Sewell in the first.
Right.
And maybe Joe Burrow's the catalyst and all that. Not to take anything away from Jamar Chase, exceptional player. Joe Burrow is the straw that stirs that drink for sure. But yeah, I have completely flipped my script in terms of where you go wide receiver in the first round now because of the rookie contract and what we saw this offseason in terms of what the market became. Like that, I can't believe the amount of money that's being spent on some of these wide receivers. So if you can find them in the first round, let's see again what Tennessee does, what Kansas City does, and what Green Bay does this year, because they let the star receiver go for big money and went and tried to invest in the draft. So we'll see.